All right, so again, we looked at some example of working with queries, working with select query, for example. You guys got a chance to look at criteria query where you can put in certain criteria and have certain data returned. You also got a chance to look at how you sort data within your query. So either you're sorting ascending or descending order. So again, for today, I want to show a quick example. I know I've placed one already up, but I thought we would do a simpler example on how you do calculated queries. Good. So just to recap, I'm going to create a query from this small table that I got from one of my students' work. And so again, the format was to create, then query design, and you choose the table you wanted. We only have one, so I will add in that one. I'll remove that. I added too much. Then I can choose, let's say, country name and capital and population. I can check if my query works. Click on run, it works. I can set a criteria. If I wanted to return all the countries that were over 1 million people, I would put that in here. I can sort my country name in ascending or descending order, right? So that's kind of where we were the last time. So let me save this just so we have it saved as country and population query. Country population query. Good. So today, like I mentioned, we want to touch specifically on calculate query and how do we do calculate query. All right, so let's say we want to, and this is just hypothetical, we want to get the country, the population, and we want to show what the population would be in the year 2020 if there was an increase in in the number of people from all countries. Let's say in our region, we see a rise in population of about 100,000 people every year, right? So how do we reflect that then in a query? So we go to create, query design, we choose our table. Now we only want the country name and the population, right? So if I run this query, it shows country and population. Now I would like a new column that would say year 2020. This is how it will look if all countries' population increased by 100,000. So for that, you need to do a calculate query. So let me go back into design view, and what we want to occur will have to happen here. And so when we type in here, we type in the new name of the column. So let's say we want to call our new column year 2020. So I will type in here year, remove this out of the way, 2020. Now that must be equal to something that will carry a value. So the year 2020 is like our variable name, right? So year 2020 colon, which is our equal, open square brackets, not curly brackets, open square brackets, and we want to take population that's here, and so I type in the exact word that's in that column name, population, close square brackets, plus, because we're adding a number, let's say 100,000. 100,000. Now, again, new column name, which is our year 2020, equal, which is the colon, the field name that exists, which is population, plus the 100,000. And remember that population goes in square brackets. So when we run that query, it shows a new column with the year 2020, and 100,000 is added to each figure. So we're able to do calculations within our query also. How nice is that, right? Let me bring it up in Notepad just so in case you guys are not seeing that screen because it was all small, right? So what we did was that we had our new column name, which we called year 2020, and that took population from here, and we added 100,000 to it. Pretty easy. So we have a mathematical operator that can be mathematical operation that can be performed within a query also. Right? Where other areas that we can use queries like this in terms of calculation, if we're taking off a percentage from something, or if we're adding two columns together. Let's say you had you had number from column A and you had a number from column B, and let's call it A and B, and we want to add those together. It means you would label what your new column would be. Let's say we're calling it total, and if we had a column called A, that would go in square brackets, plus a column called B that'll also go in square brackets, sorry, not curly, square brackets. Then it means that we can add columns together to perform calculations. You can, like we mentioned, you can add a specific number to it. You can multiply or divide or whatever mathematical operation you want to perform on it. If I'm finding like 10% of a particular price, for example, if my column is called price, then I can multiply it by 10%, and 10% is actually 10 over 100, so that will be equal to 0.10, right, for 10%. So we're not typing in 10% with the percent sign. You're typing in then the decimal equivalent of 10%. So that's generally it for creation of queries in terms of calculate query, right? So if we wanted to reflect that there was a decrease in population for the year 2021 of about 1,000 persons from each country, then we would have to do a calculate query. So again, if you guys can try that and show me how that looks, that will be great. So give it a try. See if you can put in a new column that is called year 2021, and it shows a decrease in the number of persons from 2020 to 2021 by 5,000 people, and show me how that works, right? Again, put it somewhere in the comment below to let me know that you got your answer correct for that calculate query.